Hey guys, Daniel James here, and today we're going to be taking a first look at Spitfire Audio's brand new, I guess, flagship library, the BBC Symphonic Orchestra, which is their full orchestral package, which covers strings, brass, woodwind, and percussion, all in their Spitfire player. Now, I've only downloaded this library earlier this morning, about an hour before we started this stream, so I've not even opened the thing before, so you're going to experience it along with me and this wonderful chat room here who are saying hi to YouTube. YouTube, if you would be so kind, please say hello to Twitch because they are indulging you. But anyway, so let's move over to the main screen, the main event, as it were. So I haven't loaded this up yet, so let's try and find out how we do. Right, so new VST. So like I checked earlier before the stream that it had actually loaded. So when we type in BBC, we get the one plugin, which is the BBC Symphony Orchestra. You guys ready? Let's see what happens. We've been waiting a long time for this. Hype. Will it live up to the... That's one of these libraries. You see, when you hype a library, it becomes, will it live up to the hype? Okay. So it took a minute to load up there. Oh, shit. Okay. No sound. I'm hitting the right keys, right? What's this flashing? This is an LED shows when an instrument is loaded by lighting solid green. If this is flashing, your instrument is not loaded yet. Okay. Oh, we need a timer. We need a timer, guys. Oh, I was giving east-west shit for load time. Look at this. What is this bullshit? Am I doing something wrong? Am I doing it wrong? Sample Jesus. Sample Jesus. Wait, okay, let me check I'm record enabled. I am. What did I do wrong? No. The microphone's on. Yep. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure why this is not working. Let me check. It should be working. Do I need to do anything? Is it still loading? Is that what this is? But like, I don't know. Am I doing it wrong? Is it trying to load in? What's happening? Oh, there we go. Finally. Oh, hasn't loaded them all. Okay. Jesus, it's just loading. Holy fuck. Okay. So far all it's loaded is the D hasn't loaded, the A hasn't loaded, but the legato transition between them has. Okay. Good start. Okay. All it's doing is loaded in the legato transitions. Give me the fucking note. Just give me a note. Holy fuck. Jesus Christ. I don't want... It's got a weird... Now I've got a weird on-off. Hey, there we go. How long was that? We got a note. Oh man, is every patch going to load that slowly? It is still loading. So now it's loaded. So now it's gone green. It is finally loaded. That took a while. The good thing is, so the thing, like I've seen this in their videos before. One thing I do actually like about this library is the performance legatos. Like if you play, although they've got that weird. You can't do release on this one. So I'm going to put this. I'm just going to quickly run it through my strings groups. Add a bit of reverb. I mean, it sounds decent. I like it. But man, that load time. That should, yeah. Oh, I'm still on the go. I thought I clicked long. My bad. Oh man, I've never been a fan of that cut-off release. Never been a fan of that. But you can, using that, turn it up at least. But again, I'd throw that through my own reverb because then it would just add the tail. Oh God, not through that. Not through that thing. Sounds great. Try the consorts. So a lot of people are saying that the load time is due to my hard drive. Absolutely possible. Although I will say that as this is only using 750 megabytes of RAM, it shouldn't have taken 5 minutes to load in because I load libraries that use more RAM than that off of hard drives in Contact instantaneously and I can start playing them. So I understand where that critique is coming from because I'm using the hard drive, not the SSD, but it's not a valid argument when you can do it just as well with other libraries. So that argument I'm not really going to pay much attention to because I have plenty of libraries that are just as big, just as powerful and run off of hard drive just fine. So if it can't run on a hard drive, that's a negative to it because others can do it. And I know that a lot of people who are planning on using this library are going to use hard drives and not SSDs. Not everyone uses SSDs, so. The problem is, and the thing that fucking pisses me off is so far I like the sound of these violins. But that load time was atrocious. Hopefully they can, because East West figured it out as well. Hopefully they can figure out how to load in the background like East West and Contact does. So the reason Contact, the load times of Contact libraries don't bother you is Contact, once you've battery saved at least, what it does is it loads the things that you're playing first. So it will always load things that it needs immediately, so that you can start playing and have your long notes or whatever. And then slowly over time, it starts to fill in. The BBC Symphony Orchestra, when we loaded this up, I don't know if it's going to happen every instance, but with this one specifically, it took about, 3 to 5 minutes? Maybe not that long. It took about a good few minutes before we could even play a note. And that's a problem. That is a problem. I don't like not being able to play a note. Love these flautandos. Can I reopen it and see whether the load time will be faster? Maybe it's just a battery save. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do that. Okay, here comes test number 1. Does it load that shit every time? Hopefully not. That'd be good. Yeah, it does sound really good. In the strings, at least. So far. Yeah, first time thing. So that initial load is a pain in the ass. Thank fuck for that. Yeah, so that one seemed to load straight away. Let me try loading a different instrument. See if that loads just as quick. Should do, right? So let's try violins too. You see, like, this is trying, although not playable yet. It's like, you hear them beautiful legato transitions on this one. Oh no. So long should be fine. Yeah, so this gives you, by the way, this gives you a little insight into how legato transitions work. You hear how the note fades out and the next one fades in. So basically what's missing is a wave file that goes in between that would fade from that into that, into that, into that. So you can hear what their legato transitions sound like. So you can actually hear how long their legato transitions are because they haven't fucking loaded them in for me. Okay, we'll do something else while we wait for this to stop having its... let's go back to violins 1 and see if that just straight up goes. Load. Yeah, so this one seems to already be in RAM. Like that was almost like an instant load. Mike Pazzo, don't worry. We'll have plenty of instruments for you to time. So we did the flautando, spiccato. They have that weird timing. Okay, let's program something on the grid. See what the samples sound like. I'll do you. Wait. We'll just do this. You know what this is. We all know what this is. All right, let's see what it sounds like. Oh, helps if you do them as 16ths, not 8ths. You all know what this is. Oh no, they've got that like variable timing shit. Can we tighten that up? Is there a tighten? Is there a tight? There is. There's a tightness. Why? Of course there's a tightness. Why wouldn't there be? That's random. Never seen that before. That was a good... There we go. Oh, even those last ones get a little bit loose. You hear it's like digga digga. And I didn't... Yeah, there's like some weird timing. We're going to go all the way up to the top, from the bottom to the top. Yeah, like that. There we go. Sorry, I just realized that my Slack is still open. It's weird. It's like they're decent, but like every now and again there's one like out of time. Oh my god, this is it without the tightness. Oh my goodness. Yeah. This is it without the tightness on. Let's have a listen. All right. Why do I keep doing that? It's just not particularly well timed. Weird. Okay, let's just we'll do like a line with a rhythm in it, like something like this. Oh god. Yeah, we'll do something like that, just on a single note for now. It sounds like they're falling over themselves. Do they sound pitchy to you guys? So that D is out of tune. Did I turn this? Did I turn the thing up? Yeah. So tightness all the way down for this. That sounds better. What? What? Okay. Okay, D's out of tune. I can't work out if it actually does anything. Yeah, that definitely makes it tighter. Ugh, that D is so... Ugh, the intonation's off. Staccato. I guess for this, we want the tightness down, right? Fucking 16ths. There we go. Fuck it, triplets. I like triplets. What is that line? This. It's because I put them all so fucking high. As they get higher, they get pitchier. Yeah, anyway, that was really bad. Let's listen to pizzicato. It just sounds like pizzicato. Does anybody here really want an extended length look at the pizzicato? I don't know. There you go, that's what pizzicato sound. Cole Legner. Yeah. A lot of these effects don't need time. This does, like, this is the thing, and I had the same problem with Hans Zimmer strings. The library sounds fine so far. Good violins. I just want to try that in my string group. Could I show the minimum and maximum dynamic on the sustained legato? Sure. So the minimum, maximum, and pretty good dynamic shifting as well. Like I couldn't hear the dynamic range shift. Maybe there. Sounds like there's two. Or maybe one. Maybe one? Doesn't this have vibrato as well? There we go. Yeah, it feels like it goes up into a solid, like, MF, maybe 1F. I'm just going to take it out of the strings group. Like, things like that. I know you guys hate it when I do this, but, you know, whatever. I like throwing things like that through these. But anyway, I'll turn it off for now. Just cause. Major trills. Oh, whenever I do, okay, sorry. I want to do that. Yeah, fuck it. We're going to try something. So what would I normally do? I'd normally do that. And then, okay, I'm just going to quickly load up one for the brass. I want to try something. Don't worry, we'll give the brass its own seeing too. All right, if anybody wants to time, ready? 3, 2, 1. Right. At least this one lets us play. Oh no. It's the Resident Evil horn. Oh god. I don't like the sound of the individual horn. Sounds like what it sounds like when you record a French horn in a really small room. You know, like if you record your own solo. And there's no like round robin on it either. Anyway, so not amazing, but yeah. That's oh, okay. This is definitely one that needs reverb. Oh, not that one. This definitely needs some reverb. Oh yeah, I need to give it time to load. Sorry, I'm just used to things loading instantly. I apologize. Okay, I'll give it a chance to load. Calm your tits. Calm them. I like the sound of the transitions. The bring. But like horns don't just stop dead like that. For example, if I put that in my brass group, it should sound a little better at least. Like it'll sound better in my reverb, but oh, it's loaded in now. Does it sound better now? Those who are saying I wasn't waiting for it to load in, does it sound better now? Okay. Its legato transitions sound awesome. Its sustains sound shite. Listen, rubbish. But when you do the transition, listen how much more realistic it gets if you keep doing legato transitions. Can you hear the hall? The sound of the hall comes in. But the second I play one note by itself, Oh. There's a pleasing sound. Anyway, let me try. I wanted to try one of these things. Where's them spill mics? Let's get the string spill mics and the percussion and the woodwind. Look at that memory. Look at it climb. All right, we'll put on mix 2. Actually, no, don't we need to? Maybe this will make it better. I get it. Sounds all right. Okay, that sounds better. Well, I can play it soft, but then I can't hear it. Not a fan of those mics. Right, let's turn them all off. The spill mics do give a nice sense of realism, but it's so fucking quiet. Can't hear it. Hang on. All right, let's turn these off. Let's go with mix 2. I trust in Jake. In Jake, we trust. Off, off. No, wait, am I turning them back on? No, wait, fuck. I'm confused. Off, that means off, right? Yeah. You see, like the lowest dynamic, you can't really hear at normal volume. Let's put it to 100. Oh, you can. You know what I mean? Like, that low dynamic that you can't hear goes from there to there. That's almost half of just. And then there's that buzz. Ugh. Right, let me put it in reverb. Turn that verb up. What's their verb sound like? Better. But really middly. You know what I mean? Like when I turn this up, it seems like almost as if like they're using the same reverb it was recorded in. Because can you hear it? It's like stacking on top of itself. Listen, it gets really muddy. Like, whereas in comparison, if I put it in my own reverb, I don't think it does that. I could be wrong. That is a horn sound that I will probably never use, but that sounds synthy as fuck. I'm sorry, like that's not even me being a dick, but that sounded horrible. Can you hear like the release tails just kind of ending? And like you get the one, but it's like 20 decibels quieter. Listen, so like the actual note just stops. Sounds okay up here. Yeah, the horn is pretty bad right now, from what I can tell. I was trying to do like a little. I'm putting it back in my brass group, so it'll have reverb on it. So does the strings. Has my reverb on it. Oh, that buzz is right there as well. So I could get away with doing this low dynamic like this. And turning it up. That low dynamic is really nice. Maybe a bit loud, but But the second you go into that buzz, it sounds like Resident Evil. Shall I tell you what it is? It's like it starts like this. Boing, boing. You know what I mean? It kind of. I don't know. And the performance legato doesn't seem to be the same. Wasn't there supposed to be a way where you could, maybe if I, what is it? Can I layer it with staccatissimo? Oh no, that's a bad idea. Okay, let's try the long. Oh, God. Okay. Well, there's a preview of the brass. Anyway, back to the strings. Yeah, I could work with that. That's... Okay. Please. Please stop. Why won't they stop? Okay. Oh God. Okay. That's like a nightmare I had where Spitfire library just wouldn't stop. What's sol tasto? So I feel like all of these need the release like turned way up. And it's not like we've had this argument for years with Spitfire, is they very, very often do this. A lot of people call it the sucking effect. So like when the note ends, like they cut off and go, like their release tails are very quiet. Whereas when you turn it up, like particularly in samples, you wouldn't do this much in real life, but when you do this with samples, it just leaves a little bit of a tail, because like if you've got a library that has really good release tails, you don't need to do this as often. But if they cut off quite suddenly and you have release, if you turn up the release, it just gives that sustain long enough to like fall off the edge of volume before it catches up to the release tail. So it's a more natural kind of roll off. At least it feels like it. You know what I mean? Just enough time to get from one chord to the next. Anyway, long harmonics. I like harmonics. Yeah, I like the harmonics. They have more mid than normal than most others. Short harmonics. Oh, I like these. Oh, they don't go that high. It's a cool idea. Bartok pick. That'll go in the list of articulations I use maybe once in a lifetime. Hang on. Wasn't there a way to with the Marcato attack? Didn't Paul say in his video you could just stop at any point? I mean, it does. All that does is stop the note. Tremolo sol po. Oh, that's nasty sounding. In a good way. Move that back over there. There we go. Tremolo con sordino. Oh, that's good. I like this. Do they have an ensemble patch, by the way? Oh, no. Please, a section. No, selection. Fuck. Ugh. An ensemble would have been good. Okay, it sounds boxy as fuck. Maybe some verb. Give me some verb. Let's see what that sounds like. Makes it sound more boxy. Big volume jump there. Long sol po. Yeah, their dynamic layers seem unfortunately noticeable. Like this area, like it just gets loud very quickly. Strings in this sound really good. So the first violin gets an approval from me. Not for spiccatos. It's got good long sounds, but I already have Hans Zimmer strings, so I've already got stuff like that. That sounds good. I like the first violin. First violin gets an in from me. Thumbs up. So far, we're not very far in. So far, Spitfire player gets an out from me. First violin gets an in. Gets an in from me. What do you guys think? Let's have a listen to one of these leaders. Let's have a ganders. Okay, so we're on solo violin. And that's its max volume. I mean, we can turn it up. Oh, it hasn't loaded in. There, Proxy Cat, there was marcato. It was on page 2. It takes forever to load these fucking things in. I know it's going to be faster on an SSD. But even with my contact libraries, it's not this long. It might be. Actually, now I think about it, maybe it is. Can I show the non-vibrato to vibrato? I was trying to, but it was still loading in. You see, look. Hasn't loaded in yet. That's what I was saying. It's taking forever to load in the vibrato. I want to see what that sounds like in my strings group. Sounds Eastern. What kind? Middle Eastern? Oh, it just takes too long to load everything. No battery save as far as I'm aware. And again, like it's kind of annoying because, you know, I want to show you guys all these things, but it takes like 5 minutes every time we want to actually load something with all of its parts in. You know what I mean? Like I'm playing this, but like if I play that and move on, someone's going to give me shit saying I didn't give it time to load. But then every time we've given it time to load, it sounded pretty much the same, except that first violin, which sounded good. Again, yeah, as someone says in chat, Otti of mine, it's the player letting the production down, or letting the product itself down, yeah. Because the sounds sound great. Right. There we go. We've got the thing now. Okay. There isn't a gradual, there's an on and an off, and it's right up here. Listen. Like, yeah, so there's either no vibrato or vibrato. I don't know. With like the crossfade goes from there to there pretty much. Feels like the legato transitions are quicker in yeah, anyway, sorry. I was going to go off on something, but like, yeah, I've already said it. Okay, so this is loaded in now. You guys know my Bohemian Trail one. I feel like that's a good song to compare. Sounds right. Oh God, as a group. To me, it feels like you can hear that this is all the exact same violin, just playing different notes. Okay, Consordino version. Oh, I could use that. That's good. That is instant, like in the in this. But that's with my black hole reverb. So I'll make it dry again. Here we go. This is it dry. Just, that's the sucking effect. Like if I change notes. You up the release maybe a bit? Sure, it may not be more realistic, but it's more playable as a MIDI composer. Oh, up high they sound a bit bitty. Right. Let's try long flautando. I like flautando. Oh, that's The Witcher. Right? If anybody else is hearing that. Like, there's a part in The Witcher 3 where that just kind of seems to play all the time. Okay, spiccato. Oh, that actually sounds pretty good. Oh. No. We want to do it like that. That actually sounds good. Like, if it was fast, it'd probably be crazy. But if I like up this to like 140. That actually sounds good. How about low down? That one doesn't need the tightness, but let's see. Oh, that's kind of cool. Just want to see what it all sounds like, bruh. Like, this to me sounds very like classical. And then anyway, so that's what those sound like. I'm gonna keep the spiccato-y things up for now. Staccato. What do we? That sounds good, actually, because that's about right. Did. Nope. Collegno going in. We don't need to hear Collegnos. Oh, this is the individual. Wait, actually, what is one player doing Collegno sound like? Scary. I mean, they're very dry and up front. And again, that gets softened out quite quickly if you throw it in reverb. Good. That's weird. So, like, these ones seem to have it so that the like, if you push it soft, it takes longer for the trill to happen. Like, the thing is out the box, they just sound too dry. I see what they're going for. Like, I 100% see what they're going for, but it's just like, man. Short harmonic. Brilliant. I'm glad they spent the hours recording that one. Nope, never. Oh, a solo person doing bar top. Anyway. Do the Mikado have vibrato? No, they do not, but they do have tightness. I thought you could just let go of the note and it would work. It seems to have... Oh, maybe I've put release up. Oh, no, release is fine. Interesting. Okay, so that's the violin leader. I'm okay on... What do you guys think? Violin leader. If violin 2 is the same, we're just going to kind of gloss over it because it's going to be the same of a slightly different sound. But we have to wait 20 minutes to load. So who's got the timer? Who's got the timer? So I must have cleared out my RAM or something because there's nothing of this left in it. Apparently. Yeah, violin 2. Oh, there we go. There we go. Finally, it started. You see, like, I'm going to tell you something, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Look at how legato looks like a nice little happy face. Like, I see the subliminal messaging. I mean, I'm not calling conspiracy, but they've made it look happy. They're manipulating. I'm joking. By the way, just so that we're clear, that was a clear joke for those who think I'm serious all the time. What? Okay, we'll just let the legato load while we do other things. Oh, it sounds so good. Okay, so for the record, so far, fucking loving the string sound. This. Sounds great. Well, it's like like Spitfire always get the tone of them. That's it at max, by the way. Spitfire always get the tone of things pretty good, but then like something else always seems to go wrong. In this case, load times, release times, and reverb. I'm just going to put this string in my reverb group for a minute. I mean, you have to remember as well, when I say, oh yeah, that's good, you have to remember that I'm liking it for my setup. So I know when I heard that sound, even though it didn't have reverb on, I knew that it would sound sort of like this in my reverb, like it would work in my reverb. Like it sounds fine. Obviously, I would turn the release on that way up. Yeah, that would work. That would work for me. So I'm going to put it. I'm going to put it back in. So now I'm going to try some of these microphones. So let's try mix 2. Oh no! Every microphone. Wait, does that mean my legato is fucked as well? Yep. Okay, got to wait for the legato to load again. Right, let me go through a few of these. So let's try just a normal tree. So for those of you wondering, I have to wait every time I load a mic for it to load in. So it has to reload every time I load a mic. God damn. Sounds good, but I need them spill mics. Where they at? So let's have the brass spill mics up. So we don't need the string ones. We'll have the woodwinds, the percussion one. They even loaded in. No, because you'd hear. You'd hear that, right? You'd hear that if they were loaded in. There we go. They must be. They have to be. So this is just coming through the other mics. Does loading in a mic loading all the notes? Yeah, of every articulation, I think. Or maybe just the articulation you've got. I mean, it sounds all right. Let's pull these ones down. So just through the perk one, it sounds like this. You can hold control to solo a mic. Nope. No, you can't do that. Someone said in the chat you can click control, hold click control to solo mic. Didn't seem to work. So then if we throw a close mic on, this isn't actually on, by the way, neither is this. Got some Atmos mics, balcony. So we've got so many mics on. We've got 2.5 gig. The sound hasn't really changed that much, to be honest. It's quite harsh, isn't it? Okay, let's just. And as far as I'm aware, there's no quick turn everything off. Maybe if I put mix on, it'll turn the others off. Nope. So if you wanna go to one, you have to turn them all off. I mean, that's fair, I suppose. It's just you have to click through this because look, there's no leeway. There's no leeway on this. You have to click right on the thing. Why can't you just make this whole area the back button? Christ's sake, or the dots. Just give me some. Fuck. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. What is the advanced? Where do you see advanced? What is the advanced? What does long mean? Okay, global advanced. Advanced on. Okay, simple mixer. Change the mix with. Oh, okay. So we want to be kind of up close. Let's see. All right, let's have a look. So that gives us a setup of. Oh, it won't tell us unless we go to advanced. So that just gives us close tree. Oh, that just gives us close and tree mic. So it's just doing a balance between the close and the tree, it looks like. So you probably want advanced mode on so that you can actually have the mix, which is a combination of them. So what do we think of violins 2? I mean, it's violins 1 extra. Oh, wait, we got to wait for it to load in. So what we'll do is we'll just jump. The legato takes forever to load, so we're just going to go to the long. So D is the lowest note. And it's weird because the release tail comes in like a bloom, but I still feel like it needs like more release every time. And they don't have round robin on the legatos. So you can't do same notes. Does this one have the performance legato? Yeah, but it still hasn't loaded in. Fuck's sake. I'm going to try running this through reverb because it is drier than the Sahara Desert. Tried not to use my Nan reference on that one. I hope you guys appreciated that one. This is it at PPP. So that's what I mean about the sucking effect. Oh, it didn't do it there. It did it in the low one, though. It's like that gap in between. Anyway, so the violas actually sound cool. They don't sound overblown in the mids, like usually, like a lot of libraries do. Yeah, I am. I'm trying to counteract the sucking effect with the sustain pedal. Right. That's how I get around this. That's how I get around it in general. I've always got around Spitfire. So, although I heard that this didn't have foot pedal support at the beginning, which would have fucked me up. But yeah, and without doing that, with sustain pedal. I mean, it's not that much different, but a little bit more comfortable. Anyway, okay, moving on. I was just having a little play. I love the flautandos. I've always loved them. Let's see what this sounds like on the... It sounds okay. Okay. There's too much tightness. It's a balancing act. Ah, fucking hell. And there's that. I can't remember how that goes. You know what I'm going to play. No, I won't. I wonder if this plays. How is the staccato tighter than the spiccato? How does that work? Sounds what you'd expect. There's cold legs. Sounds beautiful. So this is true. It's still in my strings group, by the way. I'm just going to put it back in the stereo. Fucking release. Give me that release. It sounds... I mean, I don't know if you guys hear it. I mean, it is... They are violas, but they sound particularly in the middle. That's violas for you. Yeah, that's what I thought. You know what I mean? The brass, it just sounds so synthy. It's just anyway. Moving on. Trills. Oh, okay. I'll give that a go. What was it? It was like... Please load quick. Oh, that's interesting. It stops the other ones. Oh, did I? Oh, I changed it on the wrong... Did I change it on the wrong one? Wait. I did. I changed it on the wrong one. No! We got to reload it. Hang on. Hang on. We can rebuild. We can rebuild. This is a good test of the load times. Nope. Where's them trills gone? Damn it! Okay, when I said I didn't want load times, there we go. It's like it knew that I'd had enough waiting. Why is it so quiet? Wait, hang on. What the fuck is going on here? How can I change my velocity curve? Because that's obnoxiously quiet. Nope. Nope. Maybe mix 2. God, no, I gotta wait for it to load again. Need to bang my head on the keys. Maybe I should. So most of this overview is just going to be waiting. Cap back to front. Okay. Okay, that's not working. So while that does its thing, let's move on. Sol tastos. JBT Productions asks, do they load faster in subsequent loads like contact libraries? Sometimes yes, sometimes apparently no. I guess it depends on how full your RAM is. Also, stuck note, I'm not holding a sustain pedal or anything. How do you, is there a way to just turn that off? Oh look, they've got velocity curves. Oh look, short releases. What? Why is this not on by default? What is this? Short releases. What? Okay. How do I turn this off? Change, maybe start the play. Play the engine? Yeah. Okay, Jesus. Okay. Right, where were we? We're up to the Soltet. Let's try harmonics. So they're going to be up here. Wait, if short releases on marcato stop when releasing. They sort of do already, but let's try it. Timed. Untimed. Literally no difference between them. Okay. Oh, is that just with a different attack? Okay. Okay, I take that back. Okay, I've got to go back to the strings, guys. Sorry, I've got to go back to the strings because apparently the viola doesn't have the correct marcato I need. It doesn't even have a marcato. It's the same thing. Wait. Yeah, it's a long marcato attack. So the strings just don't have that? Strings don't have marcato? Is that how it is? Does anybody know? Only the brass and woodwinds have it. Oh, okay. Right, back to the violas. Yeah, maybe it'll come later in an expansion. Hopefully for free, because I don't know if you guys saw this, but they did say, or at least they insinuated as such, and I was berated out of the chat room because I said they might not. But apparently they're giving away a load of free updates to this, so I'm down for free updates. Oh, pitchiness. Not too bad, though. Those harmonics are really aggressive, though. Raise of hands. How many of you are going to use short harmonics? Could have got a similar vibe just doing the long harmonics. Bartoks. How would you guys use your short harmonics? I'm curious. Like, what's the vision with them? Right, we're on to the cellos. Oh, we gotta wait for it to load. We're still on mix one, yeah. I'll change it over every now and again. We've kind of every now and again jumped around on them, but can we hear the short? Oh, is that a thing? Yeah, sure we can. Spiccato. Wait, where's my? Oh, I've deleted it. Well, cellos is the. Oh, we gotta wait for it to load. Okay, I'm gonna hang on this long for a while because that's how long it takes for the fucking thing to load. Yeah, these sound synthy as fuck. Again, I think it's mostly because of that release. If I put them up a bit. This is the cello ensemble, I think. Yeah, it is. Oh, the legato still hasn't loaded up. Fucking hell. Nah. Or like flatando. I'll definitely be using that one. Although in reverb, it'll sound so much better. Sounds good, this one. Spiccato. Let's put timed on. Fuck. No, wait. I've got to play that night, the dark one. It's just that, and it's slower, isn't it? So let's slow this fucking thing down. Right, let's try with untimed. Nope. Okay, let's try that tightness then. Let's try and make it. I just need a comparison, sorry. I don't know if they sound bad or if I just haven't heard spiccato strings for a while. Spitfire's short notes, for some reason, have always been sloppy. But I've never really used them much for that reason exactly. What are we on cello? Let me just try spiccato in this one. So, symphony. And then cinematic strings. I don't know. Now in BBC. Okay. Let's try playing them down. The staccato sounds tighter than the spiccato. Maybe too much. Why are they so sloppy? So the reason this sounds bad, by the way, so if you played this line, live, you would get a general sense of the pulse, right? You get the da-da-da-da-da. And if one player is a little bit, you know, if the players are all drifting in and out, you would feel that pulse cut through. It's the same as when, like, you get a load of people together who can't sing. When they sing together, they somehow manage to sing the correct note. It's the same thing. It's like a lot of mistakes are forgiven in the fog of war. I think I heard Charlie Clouser say that once. And yeah, so man, they just not. So when these play, like, they are very clearly, it's like, instead of like tightening up each sample, they just like sliced it depending on how they played. And the problem with that is that sample will always be that far off. So if you have notes that repeat and you hear that same round robin again, you will hear like that off time. You know what I mean? Like, they're not quite there. So it's like, because they're like they're sliced up the way they are. And I imagine that they were automatically sliced up. The rhythms just come through really jank. Like, completely jank. What about mix 2? Does mix 2 sound jank? Turn off mix 1. Oh, of course, we've got to wait for it to load before we're allowed to listen. There we go. That actually sounded better, but it still sounds timing-wise a bit janky. But like, and I'm seeing people saying that that's just limitation of the samples. Maybe so, but every other company out there has done it correctly, except Spitfire. Like, I understand that it may be a problem with the samples, but it's not so much the samples these days as the people making it, because there's been so many examples of spiccatos done correctly. What you have to do with those, I mean, maybe it's right with these. I'll try it, but you have to set like an offset for the other ones, and then see, that sounds a bit tight. I don't know. And this one would be minus 80. You see, because like, if it's a limitation of the samples, why don't these sound offbeat? You know. You know what I mean? Again, just for comparison's sake. Take the click off. And of course, this has multiple. That was on staccato and it still sounded tighter. But yeah, this is the staccatissimo. Just gonna put this at the beginning. I thought that sounded cool. So again, just listen. And so for those who are watching and aren't reading the little chat room there, someone in the chat room said that it's a limitation of the samples, which is why they drag like that. But when you have companies that are giving you 4 different variations of shorts and they're all timed and they all work on the beat, I don't know if you can use excuses like, well, it's difficult to sample when you're charging like $1,000 for something. You can't just be like, well, it was too difficult. It was too difficult to get the jankiness gone. So, you know, you just have to accept it. And it's like, no, I don't accept it. But then that's what gets me in trouble, because I don't just say, okay, that's the way it is. Sounds cool. Cold leg note. Cellos is where you would use these. Cellos and bass. Hang on. Let me take this back out of this. Yeah, I had reverb on, sorry. You can listen to this dry if you want. If you would like to listen to these dry, you may. Just going to turn that down. What? So it kind of falls into itself. Also, this has some articulations that CSS doesn't, like true sordinos, true tremolo, short harmonics. I agree. And like that's the thing that I think, like, that's where my brain's coming to already, is like, yes, a lot of these like extra articulations like long flautando and things like that sound fantastic. So why could we not just have maybe got like an expansion pack that has those extra articulations? Did we need long strings again? But so far they sound great, so I'm not complaining too much. A little bit, but not too much. Right. All that trems. Oh, yeah. I don't know how to play that bit. I just realized I was playing. I was like, wait, why am I playing this? I don't know how this goes. The celeste sounds good, and actually, being as though we're there, I'm just going to quickly take a look. So if I remember correct, I saw, yes. So for this, I don't want linear. I want exponential up. Maybe not. Ugh, maybe that. Nope. Nope. So I need exponential positive, but not that big. So that doesn't work because it's too loud. But this is too quiet. Not too quiet, but I mean for what I was trying to do there. Maybe like that. Strings. Where are you, bruh? Oh, wait. It's not in there. It's there, isn't it? Bruh. Why you no play? Oh, what have I done? What did I do here? Why is this not playing? Oh, wait. Why is it all the way up there? What happened there? Okay. Okay, I figured it out. So for it to work, I'd have to turn this way down. It's got a good vibe. Celeste sounds amazing. And the trills are actually pretty good. I mean, they're nice for setting up. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Sol tastos are kind of cool. What are the cello harmonics sound like? Short harmonics. Again, not something I'm going to use very often. Oh, why do these ones sound dead? It's as flat as my cup size. Everybody knows that. That's like overloading. Dun dun. Sounds good. Oh, that's nasty in a good way. Cool. Consordino ones. I like these. Oh, they're very... These are the kind of ones you put under a theme. Dum dum dum. Someone's wondering about spiccatos compared to BBC are harder to get tight. Yeah, the BBC spiccatos are going to be used most sparingly. Again, it's like what they were in Albion. It's like what they were in Hans Zimmer strings. They're sloppy. No, I'm playing those. Spiccato. They're kind of cool. I wonder if you could play that line with the normal one. That's better. Okay, the spiccato's bad. The staccato seems to have the correct amount of attack, but the spiccato just seems like they were like, "Quick, we forgot spiccato. Record it, quick, everybody, hands on deck." Right, cello leader. Here we go. I forgot we have to wait for it to load. Okay, longs. I hear pops and cracks too, but I think that's more to do with, that is way more to do with the, what am I trying to say? It's more to do with the stream than it is the library usually, because that happens with most libraries. Still waiting for that to load. Okay, let's go to the long CS. Yeah, Spitfire don't do fast very well. I don't think they ever have. But it's okay. Long music is in fashion right now, I suppose. What was that, Armageddon? How was it? That's without reverb. I'll put it back in reverb. So this is my typical strings reverb. Yeah. Let's try the legato. Ah, fuck. Played that wrong, but... If you play soft, you seem to get portamento. Is the vibrato... Yes, we can mess with the vibrato. But we have to wait for it to load, apparently. So even turning on the vibrato made it load something new. You see, like, we can't play it yet. Why does this feel weird? So that's how much the vibrato is. No change here. There's the exact spot where it changes. But it's quite good. So yeah, it's a toggle basically. Here to here is no different, and here to here is no different. Does that make sense? So you either have vibrato on or vibrato off. And it changes about there. Anyway, hope that answered the question. All I mean, it kind of works. Wait, hang on. I've got to load my Finder up quick. Right, where is it? I just need to make sure it doesn't pop up on the wrong screen. Oh God, I'm all bright. It brightened up outside, so like now I'm a weird pale blue color. But let me quickly. I mean, okay. So for those of you who are saying that like I'm being unfair because I'm loading it off of a hard drive and not an SSD, I do actually have their chamber strings installed on my SSD. So just as a quick loading comparison, let's do that. Because I'm getting a lot of comments saying that like it will be better with SSD. I think it genuinely is the player because so let's load it in. Load in the basses and then the basses. So like the difference is that they're both loading about the same speed, I guess. But the difference with these is usually I mean, it's still not an accurate thing, but they load about the same speed. I mean, yeah, maybe hard drives are, maybe you're right. Maybe hard drive is the problem. Maybe in order to use this, you have to have an SSD. Is that system requirement? But yeah, I've often found that these they feel like they load quicker. Oh, and you have to remember, I'm already loading. Right? That's a bad example. Right, so we're still loading the basses, by the way. So let me back out of this. We'll load something we haven't loaded yet. We'll load, let's load the cello back up and then go back to the bass. Right, okay. So bass, get ready with your timer. Here we go. So before I can play, okay. We're just gonna time out this guy who seems to be getting a little worked up over this situation. So we're just gonna stop that for now. This does sound good though. Okay, so to play it was a while. Oh, actually sounds really good. Let me put it, take it out of my reverb for now though. Yeah, just a reminder, people in the chat room, you can say what you can have your opinions or whatever, but don't get too carried away. Don't get too aggressive with them. Don't just relax, calm yourself. That was only a timeout, by the way, so he'll be allowed back in like 10 minutes or so. Yes, this will be on YouTube later. So far, one of my favorites is actually this bass. It sounds really thick. I like it. I like them thick. That one's good. I like... I do like that. That's my favorite thing, the performance legatos. Although this is still loading, so I can't tell if that gap between the spiccato and the note it hasn't loaded, or if that's just how it sounds. Are there tuning issues? Let's have a look. They sound okay. Yeah, I'm hard in on these basses. These basses are good. Finally, a man worth killing. And it only goes to F sharp, yeah. That's as high as it goes. So you get 2 octaves. Oh, you get 3-ish, 3 and a bit. Right, no, you get 2. You get 2 full ones. Yeah, like it would fit just in a mix. Like if you were, sorry, I'm just loading easy ones for now. So like if you had a top line. Oh, I need to actually select the instrument. Yeah, there's like a wah. And it would sound even better because I'd put it in reverb. So this is actually going to go in the same reverb as those strings up there. That sound is what a good bass has. Yeah, that needs a. It needs that kind of, you know, that you put in your voice. Yeah, a bit of gravel. I mean, you could put them. If I play it all together. Yeah, I'm hard in on this bass. Like the thing I like about them is they've got just enough high energy that they poke through in a pad. We're still on the strings, Gravy. We're getting there, though. So now we just need the last one of the strings, the bass leader. Then we'll have a 5-minute break so everyone can have a piss. We'll break this up into sections so it's easier to stomach. Oh, wait, I've still got the other one loaded. I was like, God, that sounds great. And it was like cinematic studio strings. This, we're still waiting to load. Oh, come on. Bass leader. I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of this waiting around. And people will be like, put it on the SSD. And it's like, well, I don't have to put anything else on the SSD to make it work. Yeah. Well, who was here at the beginning of the stream? And who remembers me thinking that I'd actually not like it was broken? I genuinely thought it was broken because it took about... How long did it take before we could make noise? It was like 3 minutes, wasn't it? Yeah, randomizer says chamber strings was loading pretty slow when I loaded it from the SSD. Two reasons why that's not a problem. Firstly, I was loading this at the same time. So this was already using up all the bandwidth to try and load this thing. They're on the same drive. So I'm going to wait till this loads and I'll try the chamber strings again. But the difference is it took like a good 30 seconds before I could start making a noise with the Spitfire player, right? I'm not saying that SSDs are not better than hard drives. Of course they are. I'm not a fucking moron. SSDs are always going to be faster. But so far, every library I have so far, up until this point, has worked fine on hard drives, okay? I had the exact same... When East West Play came out, I said the exact same thing because it didn't used to do background load in the same way. But they fixed it. They made it so... The difference with Contact is, though, is I can start playing the instrument immediately. Like, and it will fill in the gaps of where I'm playing. And I don't know how it does it, but it intelligently loads the things you're going to play first, right? Either it judges what you've played already or it judges what you're playing at the minute, blah, blah, blah. And it loads in the notes you're using, anyway, that's the way that does it. This, I couldn't make sound for 30 seconds. And then when I could make sound, it was only the legato transitions. And then I changed to something else. And then that was missing some notes at dynamic. You know what I mean? Like yes, it's still slower, but my point is not as bad. Look, this is still loading. This whole rant I've been talking, this is still loading in. Look, let me just hover over that LED. Shows when an instrument is loaded by lighting solid green. If it is flashing, your instrument is not loaded yet. That's what I'm saying. We could probably use a lot of this now, though, to be honest. Again, I'm not on the BBC Orchestra there, sorry. Right, let's try. Gimwa says that's a fair point of criticism. Obviously, this would be better on an SSD, but still, fair counterpoint though. I'd run it on an SSD, which is officially recommended, which I agree. I don't have the problem of no sound while loading. Yeah, but I do. I'm on hard drive, and I imagine I'm not going to be the only person that ever puts this on a hard drive. So you're getting like a medium system right here because I'm loading it from a hard drive. This is how it's going to run on average systems, I suppose. I mean, I could try it on an SSD another day, but it's still loading in. I mean, okay, I get SSDs are quick, but Jesus. Oh, I keep going back up there. I'm supposed to be on this one. Still loading in, by the way. There we go. It's loaded in. So now if I load in a chamber, I feel like you saw how long it took me to be able to do the fucking things. Now this is on the same hard drive. And I don't know. I feel like that's loading quicker. I mean, you can correct me. Oh, and it's on channel 2. It's a 7200 one. I mean, you saw how quick that loaded, right? This is on the exact same hard drive. There we go. That one's going much slower. There we go. But it's a bigger patch. But like we've already loaded in. But I'm already playing, you see? No clicks, no pops. How many notes have I played? How many faults have we had? It's only halfway loaded, but I can play every note. So it's got nothing to do with the drive speed. It's got to do with how the software loads it. Because if I can load an instrument which is bigger, look, this one's only 735 megabytes. You remember how long that took to load? This one's 2.6 gigabytes. That's fully loaded. And I played it for the entire fucking time it was loading. Every note. And I was going up the keyboard. I was going down the keyboard. That's my point. Like, it's all well and good to say, like, oh, you're being harsh, you know, because that's loading slow as well. But that's what I mean. It's a workflow thing. I don't care physically how long it takes to load. I care about how long it prevents me from working. And this was like 3 to 5 minutes every time I change a microphone position. Because look, if I change the mic, so we've got the strings, but unless I'm mistaken, I could be wrong here. This could be mud in my face. But if I turn this off and turn mix 2 on, still not there. You see my problem? This is my problem. And that's why I used the Spitfire library to show this problem. It's not a I hate Spitfire problem. It's this player isn't as good as Contact yet we are still paying the premium price for it. That's my point. I said the exact same thing with East West. Exact same thing, because look, it's still not fucking loaded. Now it has. Now it has. I was playing down too low, too high. Right, let's change. Let's change mic again. So again, these aren't massive either. Like, let's have a look what's going into... There we go. We've got it. And let's try when this is finished loading in. In fact, let's try loading in anyway. Just, I don't know, what haven't we loaded? Violas. So we get to the violas, and as far as I'm aware, that's as long as I'm going to be... Oh, I'm on the wrong channel. Fuck. I'm wrong. Oh, unless I'm playing too low. Oh, I was playing too low. No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. It's all gone wrong. Oh, wait. Oh, no, never mind. Never mind. Oh, it started loading quicker when this one stopped. But anyway, that's no excuse. But that's my point. It's more to do with the player than it is to do with the library itself. Like, there's no reason it should take that long to load if you can do better in other things. It just means that there's a better way to do it, and they're not doing it in this. Right? Does that make sense? Is that a fair point? Can I move on from that point now? Are you guys done with the hard drive is the problem thing? Bass flatandos. Because a lot of, like, we had this with the Hans Zimmer strings, and it's excuses. People are trying to make excuses for them for things that are bad. Wait, what? Why is that so quiet? Is that as hard as they go? Oh no, they go hard. Guess I just wasn't hitting it hard enough. What is wrong with the spiccatos? Spiccatos just sound like an effect. But spiccatos just sound like a random effect. Listen. What is that about? Is the tightness too high? Good call. Nope. Okay, let's try tightness down. Spiccato. Again, there's no real night. There's no real notes in them. You guys are hearing that, right? That's broke. Is that broken, or is that just what it is? But it's not spiccato in the way we're using them, right? Like again, if I was to put this on cinematic studio strings, put it on staccato, spiccato, it wouldn't, you know. That's a spiccato, and this is a staccato. And we're getting that staccato right. This is the staccato. Oh yeah, maybe it's because they're short notes. You're right. Nope. You could be right though. That made it worse. How did you manage to make it worse? What is that? There we go, notes. I just want some notes back. That's all I wanted. You could tell they put a lot. Someone sat there during the recording session, right? We're just listening to the tree for some reason. Someone sat there and was like, yep, that sounds good. Why was that one on tree? Random. Let's try it. That's so much better. Why the fuck was it on tree? Even still sounds a bit. Oh, that's much better. So why was it on tree? I didn't change it, did I? Because I changed away from it. So this is a mix. This is much cleaner. Fuck it now. Sounds so much better now. This still sounds... I put it when I was checking the load times. My bad. My bad. That was my mistake. I'll take that. Still sounds like it's... Maybe we play it quiet. It's got more note to it. That's a bit better. That's better. Okay. Yeah, so if you play loud... So the notes seem to be hidden behind... like... like below 50 maybe? You know what I mean? The actual notes are hidden down below, like in the low. You see, that's where the notes are. As soon as you get over like halfway, maybe not so much. It just sounds scratchy. Some nice cold legs, not really going to hang around on them. Oh, I could do something with this. So long soltasto on the bass is good. Bass harmonics. If I put black hole on that, it should come to life. That kind of stuff sounds great when you throw it in a big reverb. Again, why do the bartoks sound so small? Oh, we've got an actual marcato. Right, what was it? Timed. Ah, yeah, you do have to have it. There's a pro tip. So this was on none by default. If I just do that line, you hear it overlaps it if I put the timed one on. Why isn't that on by default? That should just be on all the time. But I'm in on the bass sound. So that's all the strings.